I'm here with Victoria Bax, who is probably our longest standing sponsored rider.
I think so.
How many years?
It's about 6 years now.
6 years. Right, so that means that Victoria cross country, how long, what level?
I've ridden up to advanced national level and 2-star international level eventing.
There you go. So Victoria is the person who probably out of all the sponsored riders that we have is the person who's got most experience with using Alride. So, interesting to ask, therefore, how you found it?
Very, very good. There's been huge differences in a few things that I've noticed with the horses that have been fed on the Alride now. The first thing that struck me was the condition of their coat. I mean, they looked absolutely amazing. Having only fed it for, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, there was a difference in their coat. And my first thoughts were, well, if they're looking that good on the outside, what on earth is it doing to the inside of them? You know, it's surely got to be doing the same thing. Other benefits that I found have been a huge improvement in the condition of their hooves. My farrier has also mentioned that as well. They're not fed anything else.
Does it change the hoof, the speed of the growth, or does it change the quality of the growth, or does it both?
A bit of both, I would suggest.
So does that mean that shoes are staying on, are they easier to put on, or are they staying on for longer?
They are both. Again, they're easier to put on because of the condition of the hoof. There's much more substance there for the farrier to nail into. They're not so brittle, they're not cracking up when the nails are going in, and they're staying on for longer.
Because you only have thoroughbreds, don't you?
I do, who are notorious for having terrible feet, terrible condition and the terrible structure of them. And yes, it's definitely been noted in all of them that the hoof condition is so much better, and I can only put that down to what they're fed being the Alride.
Well, you know, it's part of what's in the Alride itself, and it's also that the Alride will make the uptake of feed, of your general feed, just a lot better anyway. So you know, it's a double whammy. But you know, double whammy it is, but it's good for that. Condition-wise, you mentioned that's one of the first things that I think was Christos when he came out of winter stabling.
Yes.
Because that's I've got this lovely picture of him doing with the equiami
on the lunge. Yes, that's the one that springs to my mind as well. That picture was taken in February when they should have woolly coats, fluffy everything, and he absolutely looks like he's in the middle of summer with his summer coat. He looked outstanding. And that has continued every winter. You know, his coat condition, he's looked really, really good, you know, really early on in the year. Yeah. When I wouldn't expect him to.
You're quite. Now, one of the things is I know that I've just asked you because obviously we had a little, nervous run through. But one of the bits that is interesting is the recovery after exercise. So that's something which is very relevant for racehorses. But it is in fact relevant for all the horses that actually do very hard cardiovascular sort of exercise, endurances, and you know, cross country is that by.
When we're running at top speed, the heart is pumping and the body is using itself to the extreme. And I know that when I've finished international events, when we have the vet check after the cross country. I know he's a thoroughbred, I know he's extremely fit and they keep their condition well, but it has always been commented on as how quickly his recovery rate is back to normal resting sort of speed.
Interesting that you mentioned that, because part of that is he will be tested for doping, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would be, and he has been. I was pulled up after a 2-star event 3 or 4 years back now. He gave a blood test and a urine sample. He'd been on the Alride for about 2 years then, and the blood test or the drug test came back completely negative. There was no
Yeah, obviously that's one of the things that every racehorse owner is probably one of the first questions is it legal, and the answer is yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's absolutely fine.
What I've run out of all the stuff that I've written down here. Is there any spontaneous sort of thing that you say? Well, this is something that you special or you
about the Alleride?
Yeah.
Yeah. Along with the co-condition, the mane and tail growth is extreme. Really thick, good quality.
Yeah.
And I even know that because I've used Alleride myself when I had my accident about 5 years ago. Upset my internals, and under your suggestion I took the Alleride and I felt...
And my lovely exercises. Don't forget those.
Your YouTube exercises, yes. But a main thing I got from that was my hair was growing to the extreme into such good, shiny, beautiful condition. It was almost like kicking out all the bad stuff and regrowing really good stuff. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
Brilliant.
But it's definitely a product that I've been really, really happy to use, and will be continuing to use it because I love the natural, I love the British about it, and it does what it says on the tin basically, along with a lot of other things.
It does.